Okay, guys, good morning. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes. So I am in a room today, my brother's room, and I thought that this lighting could be good for me. I've never filmed a video here, but let's practice with this. And yes, I know a lot of you complain about the audio of my voice, and I'm trying to shout, and most times in the mornings why I don't shout is because everybody's still sleeping. I can't start shouting and risking them hearing me. But yes, I will look into getting an external mic for myself, since I can't use an internal mic. My internal mic is really low on my camera. So anyways, I don't know what I'm going to title this video yet, and I don't know if I am going to post it, because I don't want to seem like a hypocrite, or I don't want to seem biased. I don't want to seem like I've been preaching about something and something else has been happening. Do you understand? And I am a huge believer of do not judge until it happens to you. So that has always been my motto, you know. And this thing I'm coming to talk about with you guys today is something that's happened to me before in school, in uni, but I overlooked it and said, do you know what, better days can come. But something happened to me yesterday, and I'm not going to keep quiet, because aside from this thing that happened to me yesterday, this is something that happens to a lot of foreigners here, a lot of Nigerians here in Ghana. This is something that happens to us on a regular basis. And don't even feel like, don't even say, oh, it's only maybe the guys they harass. They don't only harass the guys, I mean. And I am not ashamed to talk about the discussion. I don't know who this video is going to reach. I don't know what kinds of controversial is going to surround this video, but I just have to talk, because I'm all about promoting Ghana. I'm all about talking about my experience in Ghana. This is my experience in Ghana. I'm going to talk about the good side and the bad side and the ugly side. And sadly, this is an ugly side of living in Ghana as a foreigner, and this is my story. So wow, okay, before I talk about what happened yesterday, because that is like the most craziest thing that's ever happened to me since I've been living in Ghana. 2017, yes, when I had just started living in Ghana on my own. I mean, when I got into my new hostel. So the hostel was a mixed hostel. I mean, school was aware of that hostel, you know, it's a normal school hostel. So one morning like this, okay, my room, the room I was in, like, there's an outside window. Like, if you're passing through the corridor, like, I don't know if you guys can understand what I'm saying, through the corridor, you can see my room. Like, you can open the window and like see me, you know, if I don't bolt it from like inside. So a particular morning like this, I was sleeping around 7:30 a.m. It was a Saturday. I started hearing like noise coming from, I don't know what was happening, if police people had come to, you know. And that's another thing, police people in Ghana just actually barge into your hostels like that. They do it all the time. Like, they do it all the time. Like, I'm just saying that now, like, they do it a lot. I'm telling you. I'll tell you about another story, but let us talk about this personal experience to me. So I was hearing noise, like, I don't know what was happening, but me, I was just enjoying my sleep. Next thing that happened, someone opens my window forcefully, and my bed is directly under that window. Someone opens my window, and I look and I see police people, and they're like, oh, madam, you have to wake up. Oh. And I was like, what is happening here? Number one, how do you just open someone's window like that and say, madam, you have to wake up? And at that moment, our caretaker was not in, because our caretaker was a soldier man, and this property is like private property, because it's owned by someone that's a well-known person, and there's a caretaker that is a soldier person, that is a downstairs person. He doesn't just allow regular people coming to the house. So anyways, this person is like, and at that point, I'm wearing like a camisole and I have my duvet on me. I'm like, what is happening? Because I just woke up from sleep. I was like, am I even dreaming? Like, why would you just open my window like that and tell me that I have to wake up? Like, my mind, I'm like, what is happening? So I was like, shut my window, I'm coming. I was like, shut my window. He was like, you're talking. I was like, you're talking to me in my own room. I was like, are you okay? So he shuts my window, and me, then I'm like a 300 level student, and I'm wondering like, what is happening? So I come outside, and he's like, oh, they got to know that there are some Nigerians that live here. Most of you might not have a residence permit and everything. I was like, that is what gave you the audacity to just come and open my window and shout and tell me to get up? Like, who do you think you are? I was like, do you think I'm illegally in this country? I was like, I am a student of so university. I school here legally. Like, what are you trying to say? Then I go inside and I bring my passport, and he's like, I was like, oh, do I check? I was quickly, I just called my school administrator. I called him, and like, this is what is happening. And quickly, thank God, they came. What is happening? The police people were like, oh, you know, I was like, I was so pissed off. I've never told anyone this story. I was so pissed off. I was like, no, you don't just get to come to my place and barge in. You open the window. What if I was naked? Like, you just forcefully open the window. Like, you open it like that. To do what? To harass me? Like, how do you do something like that to me? Like, what is your problem? Like, do you people really go around doing things like these people? I was so pissed off that day. I was really angry. Like, I've never been so angry before. So forget that story. Moving on to another story that happened to someone very close to me. This one was one of the saddest stories I've ever heard before. So this certain person is a very close friend to me. Decent guy, really decent guy, you know. He's like one of my study partners in the school. He's a Nigerian. My study partners, you know, I know Nigerians here, most people might not have the luxury to afford like private hostels where you can be comfortable. So most people stay in like normal landlord spaces and all those kind of things. So he tells me this story. He told me the story. He was like, one day like this, around 2 a.m. in the morning, he hears knocks on his door. People are knocking. Next time as he opens it, he sees 2 hefty policemen and 1 policewoman, and they're like, they want to search. What do you want to search? How do you come to someone's house by 2 a.m. and him being a Nigerian? Because it's that stigma of being a Nigerian in Ghana and being scared of the police people. I'm telling you that it is something that we face on a daily basis. Like, it's not all rosy here. Like, anybody telling you that's perfect, it's not perfect, it's not always. And I was never going to talk about this story until what happened yesterday, which I'm still coming to, because you guys, your jaws are going to drop if I tell you what happened yesterday. But let's continue this person's story. So he's like, they come to his hostel, his room, and they're like, they want to search. And most things like that, you don't really allow people to search your room because they can even plant things there. Do you understand? So they were searching. They started searching. I was like, what are you people looking for? He was like, no, that someone has told them that Nigerians are doing it. You see what these police people do? It's like they go around asking which hostels or which apartments do Nigerians stay, and when they know Nigerians are there, they want to come and show up unannounced to find, I don't know what it is they're looking for. Let me tell you something right now. If you're a police person watching this, or if you know anybody, not because I'm a Nigerian means I'm a prostitute or I have illegal things to hide. Not because I'm a Nigerian guy does that mean that I do drugs or I do fraud or whatsoever. It's not like that. You do not address people like that. It is completely wrong, and I'm so pissed off, and I didn't even know I would be this pissed off talking about this nonsense, this crazy thing that goes on here, like towards Nigerians, like police harassment. It has to stop. Okay, so my friend says that they start searching for stuff. Next thing, they say he has to follow them to the station, that they heard from somebody that he does drugs. Yes, that's what they said. Hey, he does drugs. Now that they can't find drugs, and they have to take him to he was like, on what ground? And to him, he's this really tiny person, and he was so scared because 2 hefty policemen and policewoman, they were armed. He was like, what is happening? What kind of setup is this? Long story short, after they were like, oh, they took him. They actually took him. They took it from your, they do this a lot. They take it from your premises. Even if they cannot find anything, they'll take it from your premises. They do it a lot, like a lot. Yes. So they took him away from the premises, and he was like, where are we going to? He was so confused, like, where are we going to? And he was like, they were like, they have to take him to the station. I was like, okay, where is the station taking us to? Then he said they drove them, they drove to one kind of corner, and I said, okay, he should just settle them like some 1 million cedis. That's like 100 cedis or 200 cedis. So he was like, you took me out of my house to ask me to settle you for 100 or 200 cedis. That, how does that add up? They were like, I see that they've already heard from someone that he does all this weed and everything. That's compared to someone that he does weed and all this kind of stuff, so he has to just, you know, quickly give them the something so that they will not take him to. He was like, on what grounds? On what grounds? After going back and back, he was like, on what grounds? So they were just, after they now spoke among themselves, they were like, in fact, that he should just go. In fact, that later one day they'll catch him. Okay, just look at what I told you now. Does this story make sense at all? That one day they'll catch him, and they left him somewhere that he was in the middle of nowhere. He was not allowed to carry his phone. He just left the house like that. He didn't even know where he was before he got back home, before he could find someone to actually give him a lift back to his house. He doesn't know where they dropped him. So you mean you just drag somebody all the way from their house to extort them. And when you cannot extort the person, you now, and my friend was telling me that it was by the grace of God, because you hear about a lot of stories where you just see people abandoned in the bush, and maybe the police person will say, oh, it was self-defense, that's why I shot the person. Because a lot of things like this happen every time. People will say, police people will say, oh, it's self-defense, that's why I shot this person. It happens around the world. So it was like, oh, thank God for that. So that aside, coming to what happened to me yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to believe the most barbaric thing that happened to me yesterday. And since I've been in Ghana for the past 4.5 years, this is by far the most embarrassing thing that has ever, in fact, I feel like this is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me in my entire existence on earth, because nothing can be compared to how embarrassing this incident was. So yesterday, coming back from work, yeah, my friend comes to pick me up from work, and he picks me up from work around, I think I closed around after, I think I left the office around after 8-ish side. And okay, we leave, you know, we start heading towards home, because he was going to drop me at home. So there's this place at this particular spot where they sell food, they sell wraps. I love having wraps, especially when it's like kind of late. I just like having things that are healthy. So normally, if it comes to pick me, most times on our way, we park, you know, just in the car, because we have to order it, and it takes about 20 minutes for them to like prepare, because they have a lot of orders, because I also take a smoothie as well. So we went, you know, we got to the usual place we park. So most times when we won't buy the wraps, when we pick it up, sometimes if I still have time, we just sit in the car and we gist and gist and gist and gist, because most times I always like to talk to somebody about how my day was. It's really therapeutic for me. I like to confide in this certain person, my friend. I like to always confide in him, you know. He's a confidant to me. So when we got to this particular spot, you know, there was traffic coming, so it was kind of late, and this particular place, they opened till like 11 o'clock, so it was kind of late by the time we got to the spot. It was like after 9, something like that. So by the time we called them that, oh, we are around the corner, she was like, okay, please give us 25 minutes. So after that, I'm okay, no problem. So I was in the car, and I had taken off my jacket, you know. I just took off my jacket, and I was wearing my normal trouser pants and my blouse. So I took my chair down, so we were just gisting. Next thing that happens, someone knocks on our glass, because the glass is tinted, and mind you, the car is a Nigerian, it has a Nigerian plate number, of course. Like that was I'm sure that was the side attraction. So someone starts knocking on the glass and starts pointing torchlights and saying, what are you doing in the car? And my friend was like, what the heck is going on? Like, why would somebody come and knock on your glass and point torchlights, police person, and be asking you, what are you doing, when you're not parked? We are parked by the side where there's parking. This part, the place we are parked is literally almost opposite where we get our wraps from. So we are like, do you know how annoying that is? So they're knocking. The man was like, open the door, why are you knocking on someone's glass and shining your torch and asking what the person is doing? So next thing, I don't know, people start gathering around, like people start coming around, because I start seeing like, it's like the man is causing the same, because definitely for a policeman to be holding a torchlight. And my friend was kind of stubborn at that point, because I don't even blame, because it's annoying. Someone, we are in our car, we are gisting, we are talking. Next thing, when my friend winds down, the policeman is like, you people were having sex in the car. Yes, that is what he said. The man started telling people that passers-by, civilians, that they are having sex in the car. That is why they don't want to open the car for us to see what they were doing. What? At that moment, I was so pissed off. I came out from the car. I was like, are you okay? What? My friend was like, oh, why did you come out from? I was like, no. How dare you? You come to violate someone's privacy. You're knocking on the glass. He's like, sex is a huge, having sex in the car is a huge offense in this car. I was like, what? Are you serious right now? Like, what are you saying? The man was just talking. Then his other police patrol person came. They were like, in fact, you people must follow such a session. It was like, I have videos of you people. Videos of us doing what? Civilians were not there. Those silly people were not there. Like, ah, nice girl like you. I was like, what? Like, my friend got out of the car. He was like, what is happening? That he was like, how do you just come and start badging somebody? I was like, are you stupid? He was like, are you stupid? That what kind of nonsense? What we were around you? We are parked across the road waiting for our order. We are chilling here and talking, and you're coming to your torchlight because we did not open the glass for you. Number one, why would you just come and be shining like someone and not and hitting the person's glass and saying, open this place? What are you doing there? Open this place. Can you imagine? Someone cannot we cannot park our car in peace and chill and talk. Like, I don't understand. And people were not there. I think some other person came then. The lady that helps us with the wraps, she not came. So I think she saw the commotion. She was like, what is happening? That I was like, madam, can you imagine that we're waiting for our wraps to come? And madam, I said, these are they are my customers. They always come here and they wait for their order to get ready. They don't like waiting inside. Hello, there's coronavirus, so I'm not going to sit down and wait inside the restaurant. I'd rather wait in my car if I have a car and chill and wait for my order to get ready. Like, hello. So the one was not like, that's no, that what is happening? And they said, the policeman was like, they should have just opened the door at first when we came to knock. You know, changing the whole story. At this point, I was so embarrassed. I was ashamed. I was sad. I was hurt. I was angry. Like, I was so angry. And I looked at the man and I was like, so what you have done now, what did you gain from it? We are parked at a place where parking is allowed. He was like, he noticed that the car was there for 20 minutes, so he just had to come and know what was happening there. I said, even if we were doing this immoral thing you said we were doing, like people, the workers, don't they do it like with their clients in the car? Like, don't they do all those kind of things with their clients in the car? Do you people go to stop them? These are two people that, like, this is like serious false allegation. Like that yesterday was just the height of it. Like, I was so pissed off. I said I was not going to tell anybody about it till I spoke to my best friend about it, and she was like, you know what, sis, you have to just make a video about this. You have to talk about it, because if you don't talk about this, there are going to be more people that may go through these kind of things. And I told that officer that the next time I see you again, like, I pray the next time I see you again, because it was dark yesterday, I'm going to take your name, I'm going to take your everything, and I'm going to personally go to the police station and file a case against you. Like, literally, I was like, do you know the reason why I did not want to fight or argue with you is because I work in a reputable company and I don't want my name out there like this person gave to do this. But officially and the right way, professionally, I will definitely handle this case if nobody is going to handle it, because me, I am not going to keep quiet. You cannot harass me. Like, you harassed me once coming to my room like that, showing up unannounced. You harassed me again while I was my friend having a decent conversation, accusing me of having immoral acts with that person in the car. No, you cannot. Nobody can do that to me. Like, you can't falsely accuse me of doing that, and I'm not going to keep quiet. Like, I'm not going to keep quiet, because this is something that happens to people every day. Like, you see them, they just harass Nigerians like every single time, and it doesn't matter how you look like I'm even light skinned, you feel like maybe they'll feel I'm a Ghanaian. It doesn't matter. It's like, I feel like it's not even like a Nigerian thing per se. It's just a thing that they like doing, because you just like to harass. Like, you know, this police harassment thing is almost everywhere, but it is so sickening, like, to think, you know, you see some people say, oh, police brutality is only in the States. Police brutality is everywhere. Like, it's just so annoying. Like, I don't know. Like, do you know, when I was in school, I was the vice president of Nigerian Students Association. Do you know how many times we go to jail to bail our students out? Sometimes they don't do anything. Do you know a case of, do you know a Ghanaian girl can if a Nigerian guy dates a Ghanaian girl and he breaks up with her, she can make that a case. She'll go to the police station and lie that the Nigerian boy maybe beat her or something, and there's no case. So, but because the Ghanaian police knows that, oh, it's a Nigerian boy, they'll feel that he's guilty and they will arrest you. They do it all the time, all the freaking time. So, being a vice president of Nigerian Students Association in school, I have seen things. Like, I have seen things, I've heard things, I've seen things for myself. Let me just talk about things I've seen. I have seen a lot of things for myself, of what these people do to us when we are in school, when we are young, we are teenagers. You just come to harass us anyhow. Why? Because we are Nigerians, because you feel like we are bad people. Every single time, we are not bad people. Nigerians are not bad people. But the fact that I sit down here and I promote a country does not mean that nothing bad happens here, and I'm not going to keep quiet. And I really pray that this video circulates. Like, I just really pray it circulates everywhere, so people see that this type of thing is happening to us here. And honestly, I'm done talking, because I don't have anything else to say. So I don't know what I'm going to title this video, but I just pray it's going to circulate. It has to go around. It has to go around. Somebody in the high police space has to see this video, because this thing that happened, me, I'm not going to allow it to go. Like, I'm not going to allow it. I'm not going to allow it. I don't care whose reputation is at stake, because I am done with that thing. Because yes, when yesterday happened, it just took me back to school of that stupid shit that happened. Like, you came and wanted to search my passport. You're not even the custom office. You're not even immigration. You're not even anything. You just come to, you know, they do this all the time. I'm not keeping quiet. Yeah. So yes, that's it. Whatever.